I started reading leadership books when I was maybe 15 or 16. And communication kept coming up again and again and again. And there was always recommendations to join Toastmasters. Never did. But today I get to talk to someone who's a member of Toastmasters, who's a VPM, Vice President Membership, Toastmasters.
Kilele Toastmasters, the Nyeri Club.
Nyeri Club. Kilele Toastmasters Nyeri Club. So I want to hear more about Toastmasters, what you guys do, how you do it. But first, we can start at the beginning. Why did you join Toastmasters in the first place?
Okay, let me start at my beginning. That's your beginning. So Toastmasters is an international club, meaning it's worldwide. We have over 16,000 clubs worldwide, I believe. And it was started long time ago in 1922. By this guy named Ralph Smedley. Those people in Rotary, they were a bit lacking in communication skills and other leadership skills. They needed a platform where they could learn those because, again, you've talked a lot about communication. Communication is everything. So that's when he started Toastmasters. And it has grown and grown and grown. And now we have our very own Kilele Toastmasters, which is well over 5 years old in Nyeri. I believe it was started in 2018 sometime. Took a break around COVID time, but now it's back strong and kicking like never before. So why did I join Toastmasters? My friend, her name is Anne. She's one of those people who are always so excited when they meet someone who's fluent, who speaks good English, articulate and all that. She's so excited. So she's always going on and on about that. And she told me, I'm going to take you to this place where people speak like you. And, and I said, what place? She couldn't remember the word Toastmasters. She just said, it's just somewhere in this Nyeri. I said, Nyeri is so small and we do very basic things. She said, yes, in Nyeri. And so apparently she never ever did take me to Toastmasters. Now, you mentioned yoga. This ties to yoga again. So the very first class of yoga in Nyeri that I attended, there were some members of Toastmasters. And so we exchanged contacts with some of them. After my first class, I'd always, every 2 Thursdays in a month, I'd see them post pictures of the Toastmasters meeting that was and all that. I texted one of them. She's my friend. Her name is Carol. And I said, when is the next meeting? What time is it? And she told me. I said, it coincided with yoga. Remember I mentioned Thursdays? It coincided. She said, well, I don't want to steal you away from yoga. I said, I'm going to pop in, see if it's my thing. If it's not, then I just won't come back. So I went for the first meeting. I loved it. It was very nice because we learn in a very safe space. We correct each other. We have fun. We laugh a lot at jokes made during the meeting. I loved it so much. I have never missed a meeting since. Well, for the past full year, I had never missed a meeting. I may have missed 2 or 3 when I was going through certain things in life, but then it's never by choice. I am there every second and fourth Thursday of the month. I'm there, and I love it. That is how or why I joined Toastmasters. And for me, I felt at home, so I just kept going and going back. And it was fun being there. It's a good way to spend my 2 hours every 2 Thursdays in a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think when I hear that you just had this space, and I'll pop in and see if it's my thing. I can't imagine myself ever doing that. Social anxiety and all. But you're vice president membership, so that means you have to try get people like me to come be a part of Kilele Toastmasters Nyeri Club.
Yes.
What are some of the challenges you faced trying to convince people who would especially benefit from the club to join and become members?
Oh, what you just said is the first hurdle we have to face. People who say, oh, I'm not social like that. I'm not going to go to a new place and just sit and among people I don't know and start talking to them or listening to what they have to say. That is the anxiety. Social anxiety is a big thing because most people I ask to attend, because you get to attend without being a member. You can be a guest as many times as you want to. But if you want all the benefits, the full benefits of being a Toastmaster, then you need to become a member. But before that, you can be a guest as often as you want. And the first question most people ask me is, Nitamba niseme kitu? I say, well, you will have to introduce yourself and your job, because it would be awkward to sit among people who don't know you and you don't know. So everyone gets to introduce themselves and their job, and maybe even say something fun about themselves, or something they like to do. It's very short. That is the thing you will have to do. Anything else, you don't have to do it. You are encouraged to participate, because there's no right or wrong answer. The idea in Toastmasters is not, if I ask you, why is the sky blue? Your answer does not have to be the correct one. Once we go to Google, your answer does not have to coincide with that. The idea is for you to speak, to say something, to stand up in front of people and say something, because communication, leadership, those are the things we're discussing. And you cannot be a leader without communicating. Public speaking is big, especially when you're a leader. You will often be called upon to speak in front of people. So yeah, the social anxiety, that is the biggest hurdle we face. That is the biggest one.
Yeah. Is there any specific reason someone refused to join that you remember?
Other than well, one of my friends came and she just said, it's not my thing. It's not her thing. But I think it's the same thing, comes back to the same thing. She didn't want to, because we do have this segment called Table Topics, and Table Topics is a segment where everyone, not everyone, random people will be picked to speak. So you have to speak and you don't even know it's you. I'll read a question and you don't even know that question is coming to you. So I'll just call out your name. And I think that happened to her, and now she never wants to come back. But maybe she'll come back at some point. Maybe it wasn't her thing at that time. Maybe it will be her thing at some point. My youngest brother also, he works online. People who work behind computers, they don't socialize a lot. And when they are in public or mingling with other people, like him now, he noticed that I have lost touch with people, because I'm always behind my computer. And he said, I really need this. But again, the social anxiety was a hurdle for him. He kept saying, I'll try. And he did try. He went to take a Toastmasters because that's where he lives. He just took the leap and went to that meeting. And he enjoyed it very much, very, very much, and even took on a few roles. And he even came to our club. He drove to Nyeri one Thursday evening and joined in our meeting. And he loved it. Well, he's a bit busy now. I think he's not doing it still. But I know he learned a few things from those few meetings he attended. Yeah.
What do you personally love most about Toastmasters?
Oh, just being there, learning. I read a lot. That is my favorite pastime. Reading is what I do when I'm waiting for someone to show up, someone who's running late. It's what I do when I'm waiting in the doctor's office. It's what I do when I want to relax. It's how I spend my evenings. So with reading comes, it's English books that I like reading. So with reading comes all the big new words, exciting. So grammar has always been a big thing for me way back from school. So it's just fun to learn new words that I never heard of, to hear people tell their speeches. Speeches can be about anything, can be about themselves, can be about their jobs, anything in the world. So storytelling is also something I enjoy. So when people are making speeches, they are really giving their stories or stories of something that matters to them. And that is fun for me. It's a fun way for me to spend an evening doing that and listening to people. And then we have other people we call evaluators who will give feedback, because feedback is everything. That's how you know how well you did or where you need to improve on. That for me, it's always fun. We also get chai and mandazi afterwards, or snacks, and of course that is also a pack.
I'll come for the chai and mandazi.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
No, you have to sit through the meeting to enjoy the chai. No, that would mean you come in at, say, a few minutes to 8, because our meetings are from 6 to 8. So yeah, that I would want you to just try one meeting. And I always tell people, you're an adult. Hakuna mtu atakuchapa. If you hate it, you don't ever have to come back. If it's not your thing, you never have to come back. Just try it out. Try everything. I say, as an adult, you should try everything at least once. And if you hate it, well and good.
Because you've done me this favor. I'm going to come one time only. Just
See, already I'm a prospective member in the making.
If my social anxiety gets the better of me.
Won't. Trust me, it won't. Because what I've realized that, you see, now you want to visit, and most guests, what they think is that they're the only guest there. They think everyone else is a member or has been there multiple times before. And you'd be surprised. Like last night we had a meeting and we had so many guests. We had over 5 first-timers. I think even 6 of them first-timers. But you see, when you're sitting next to me, if that's my first time and that's your first time, unless I say it and I won't randomly blurt it out, you won't know. You'll think, oh, this is a member. They're so good at this. Nobody is so good at it. That's why we're there. That's why we're still learning. All you need to do is say your name and your job, and you get to network. Don't you want to network?
I love this kind of connection. This is my favorite way of meeting human beings, one-on-one.
And see what? You'll see people there and you'll think, oh, I should have that person in my show. And you'll invite them. You'll have more content for your show.
Definitely. So these are the lengths that I go to get great guests for you guys. So please watch, subscribe, like, so that they can keep getting more amazing guests like Nemo.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay. That's really enticing. What's the size of the club, like the Kilele Toastmasters Nyeri Club? How many people are you, like the core members? What is the size of a normal meetup? You said you had like 5 guests yesterday. So these are like new people. Completely new people. What's this? How many people in a meetup? What's the size of your membership in Nyeri Club?
Well, the size of our membership would be around 14, 15. This is renewal season. I'll get into that later. We have a season where we renew our membership. So people are still renewing. At the moment, we have about 14 members. And last night we had a total attendance of about 24. Mostly that's it, around 20 to 24. Sometimes it goes down to around 18. So that's not a lot of people for you to be too anxious about, is it? It's not 100 people. It's not even 50 people. And it's not one-on-one like this. It's like a round table or a U. And then we have, for guests, mostly they prefer to sit at the back. So you have another row of chairs in the back. You just go to a corner, sit there, observe. You say your name and then sit again and observe for just 2 hours.
Okay, I'd enjoy that. It's communication for me is something I've been working on for a very long time, always working on it. So I do understand when you say that there's a reason why you've been at Toastmasters for 5 years plus.
Okay. I have been for 3 years. This is my 3rd year. But yeah, the club, the Nyeri Club is well over, maybe 5? It's over 5 years, around 7 maybe. Yeah.
And so you still go because one is never ever perfect. One is always getting better at it, right? Okay. And
it's also enjoyable. It's not just the learning, and you also have fun. That's why in our club, our exact club, these Kilele Toastmasters, we say learning and having fun are not mutually exclusive, meaning you can do both at the same time. It's not either you're having fun or you're learning one or the other. You can do both, and that's what we do. So the fact that we have fun is also another big thing, another big reason why I keep going back, because as I said, I spend a lot of time indoors. I read a lot. Every 2 Thursdays, I know I'm going to go out and mingle with people, like-minded people who want the same thing. We're going to learn. We're going to laugh, because we always laugh. Half the time I don't even know what we're laughing about, but there's always somebody who's going to say something that we're going to laugh about. That makes it fun. At the end of the day, at 9 when I'm heading home, around 9, that was a good day, good evening. Looking forward to the next one.
Do you have any questions about Toastmasters? I don't know what to ask because I've not been to a Toastmasters. The thing I do know about Toastmasters, and why I was super curious also, is I know there are speaking competitions that are global.
Yeah.
Do you guys participate? What's that like?
Yeah, we do participate. We haven't done that since I have been a member. We are planning a speech contest in November in our club, because it starts at the club. Now, we at the club level. It's going to be us against another club, and whoever wins, they go on to the next level and next level. So it is fun. Basically, what happens in a Toastmasters meeting, we have roles, supporting roles. There's a TMOD, Toastmaster of the Day. Essentially, that's like an MC, somebody who runs the meeting. You've been to a function, an MC will stand up, introduce everyone to the meeting, say this is why we are here, this is what we are doing, and introduce someone else to speak. They sit down. Once that one is done, they stand up again. It's pretty much the same thing with a TMOD. They will introduce the meeting. They will give us a theme. It's up to them, whatever theme they want us to discuss that meeting. So they will tell us something about their theme, and they'll have a supporting team, like a team of role takers to assist with other roles. We have grammarian. This is the person who's like a grammar cop, checks. Did you say I has instead of I have, or something like that? That's my favorite one. I have I've done that role more times than I can count. So we have that one. We have an counter. That is, see what I just did there?
Yeah.
Those are R's and M's, filler words that we use while giving a speech or while addressing people. Those filler words are not great for us, for communication, because what they do is they interfere with the message you're trying to deliver. We use them because maybe we are not sure what to say next, or we are uncomfortable, or we've forgotten what to say. So we're like, so there's someone who counts those. How many of those did you have? How many, also repetitive words. There's some words we use a lot. Somebody would say, and then we went home, and then and so. Somebody will count that, give you a report at the end. And we have a timer because timekeeping skills, that is also something we learn in Toastmasters. You see, even internationally, most places, they will give you time between 5 to 7 minutes, mostly, depending on what you're talking about, to make your speech. During those speech contests you're talking about, if your speech, you can give the best speech in the world, but if your speech is, say, over 7 minutes, you're disqualified. It doesn't matter how good your speech was. But also, if it's under 5 minutes, it's a bit inadequate. Maybe you didn't give us all the information needed to. So we have a timer because timekeeping is very, very important. We also have other supporting. The other roles are a bit fun. We have a jokes master, someone who just stands and just makes us laugh. That's their job. It's a hard job, I imagine. We have a round robin master. This is somebody who's introduced at the very start of the meeting. Once the TMOD takes over the meeting from the president, the round robin master will take over. This is round robin, like round. Everyone gets to say something short, whatever they can start. The round robin master can start a story and we pick it up. Like, I woke up that morning with a splitting headache, and then you pick it up, take it wherever you want, and people kill the story many times in between. But then if you kill the story, it's up to the next person to revive it. And the idea again is for everyone to break ice. Like, it's an icebreaker for the entire room, so that at least nobody comes to that meeting and leaves without having said something. And it doesn't even have to make sense. Again, the idea is for everyone to speak. So we also have a Hackmaster. Hackmaster is someone who will come at the very end of the meeting to test our listening skills. They'll have questions they wrote down during the meeting. Maybe a speaker said this fact about themselves or in their story. They will test our listening skills in the end. This is a fun one because they always have candy to reward us. If you are listening well and your hand goes up first and you get it right, you get a reward. Well, we also sometimes have we have a table topics master. Table topics, I think I mentioned this before. Now, table topics is a segment where I'll read a question or ask a question, and I'll pick anyone, somebody at random. And this is very helpful because I know you've been to meetings, work meetings, and out of the blue, sometimes your boss will say, Kevin, tell us what happened last evening, what happened with this. Out of the blues, nobody prepared you for this. Nobody told you you'd have to stand up and explain this. It's not even a long speech or anything. You just need to give an answer. What Table Topics does is prepare you for those from 2 times that you have to say something. When somebody asks you out of the blue, like your boss says, "Oh, explain this," or someone falls sick, someone who's supposed to do something, and then it's up to you to hold forth for them. That is what Table Topics helps with. So now the main part of a Toastmasters meeting is the speeches. Mostly we have 2 to 3 speakers, and the speakers will give their speeches. We have evaluators, people who will now give them feedback on how they did. Did they keep time? Did they tie their speech to their title? Did they use was their speech well structured? Did it have a body, like at a beginning, a body, and a proper ending? Did they use the stage properly? Because all those things, again, communication is what we are learning, and leadership and public speaking. All these things, they come together to make a great speaker. If you're using the stage well, you don't want to stand in a corner there like you're afraid of your people. You want to walk around. You want to have eye contact with the people you're talking to. That is how you connect with them. And that if you have proper eye contact and you connect with the audience well, you'll be able to tell when you're losing the audience, when they start to doze off or they start to look at their phones, you will tell, and you'll either know that your speech has gone on for too long and you need to wrap it up or something. So we have evaluators who will evaluate the speeches, and we also have a general evaluator. There's somebody who will evaluate the whole meeting. Did it start on time? Was the room ready? Was everyone given a chance to introduce themselves? Did the evaluators do a good job? The role takers, everything. So they give a bird's eye view of the whole meeting. And now the president starts and ends the meeting. As I said, I'm the vice president membership. There's a whole executive committee which has a president, vice president education, vice president membership, vice president public relations, a secretary, a treasurer, and an SAA, sergeant at arms, someone who gets the room ready before a meeting. Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot of information.
An awful lot, I know.
So for people who are factual and who wants to know, why should I join a Toastmasters? What's that's going to be like? I think you've done an amazing job of explaining to someone what goes on behind closed doors. Is it behind closed doors?
It is behind closed doors when the speakers are making their speeches, because what we want, we don't want them disrupted. An opening door somewhere, a ringing phone somewhere might throw off their train of thought, and they might forget what they were speaking about. But then after the speeches, you can come in and go out as you wish. Of course, minimum movement is always in such a gathering. You don't want to move around too much. So it is essentially behind closed doors.
Do you guys record? Will I find myself make a gaffe and then become a meme?
Never. Exactly. Now that is what I meant with learning. And by saying that we learn in a safe space. Nobody's going to make a meme out of you. Nobody's going to laugh. We laugh. We're laughing because it's funny. We're laughing with you. It's never at you, because we're all there to learn. If we were so perfect, we wouldn't need to be there. And we see growth. We see people who've and they see the growth. We see the growth. People who've come there unable to stand in front of a crowd, give us even a 5-minute speech. We always say, they say the stage is hot, because sometimes you get on stage and you start to sweat, and it's very chilly outside, but you're sweating because you're in front of people. And that still gets to us. Even after you've stood in front of a crowd for a very long time, you'll find that sometimes you shake a little. Somebody said they can't even hold a paper. Like they'd rather have their tablet or phone with their notes, because holding a piece of paper then shows everyone what's going on with you, because the paper is never steady in their hands. Yeah. So you'll never find a meme of yourself or any other Toastmaster, unless it's a fun thing that you wanted done.
Okay. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about how to become a member of Toastmasters. Welcome back. When we left off, we were talking about what it's like behind closed doors at Toastmasters. And now we are back. For someone who's curious, how do they walk through the door to become a Toastmasters member? Limo, I'm a student. I'm early in my career. Or maybe I'm even experienced, but I know I struggle with public speaking. I struggle with communication. I aspire to leadership. I aspire to maybe positions where I have influence. Or I just want to communicate better even in my own private life.
Mm-hmm.
How do I join Toastmasters? How many millions do I need? Do I need to sell a kidney? How do I become a member of Toastmasters?
Well, yeah, sell a kidney? No, never. To become a member, first of all, as I said, you can attend a Toastmasters meeting without being a member. It's not one of those things where the moment you walk through the door, you're as good as registered and you're a member. You can visit as many times as you want to have a feel of it, to learn what you can. But if you truly want to grow, becoming a member is the only way to do that. You pay for your membership, and then which gives you access to a curriculum pathways. It's a curriculum, a Toastmasters curriculum, which will guide your speeches. It will tell you once you pick a path, it gives you options of various paths that you can take. What is more you will go through a number of videos, some questions, answer them, and it will help you pick a path. Maybe you might pick a path about persuasion, comedy, delivery of messages and whatnot, depending on what you really want to do. You pick a path, and then there's a whole curriculum until it will guide you on maybe your first speech. What should your first speech look like? What should it entail? How should it be structured? So that, because the very first speech, we call it an icebreaker. It's mostly about introducing yourself to the people. People do not know who you are. You can tell us a story about yourself. You can tell us a story about your workplace, something that happened to you in your childhood, in school, at home, anything you want to. The idea is just for us to, by the end of the meeting, to know something about you that we did not know before. So the structure, the pathways will guide you. It has a proper structure. The only way you can access that is by becoming a member, by paying for membership. So to become a member, you pay $25 for registration. We use dollars because it is an international club. $25 for registration, then $60 every 6 months. So that's $60 twice a year. That is $120 plus now the 25. The 25 is a one-off payment. That's registration. And you pay for. So the first time essentially what you need is $85 or 25 for registration and the 60 for membership for 6 months. Roughly, that's around 1,000 shillings per month. And then we always tell people, imagine you enrolled in a course in a college, just a local college here where they're teaching you communication, public speaking. I don't think you'd pay 1,000 shillings a month. I think you'd pay way more than that. And that's what you're learning here, because there's a whole curriculum that will guide you. That's what you're learning. Because sometimes when you look at it in dollar form, you might think, oh, that's steep, but it's not really steep. And we do encourage even lipa pole pole, where you pay, say, 1,000 shillings every month, 1,500 every month, so that by the time it's renewal season after 6 months, you've already prepared for the next month. We just look at the difference. You pay the difference from your $60. Say your lipa pole pole got you to $40. You earn $20, and you're in. So you need to pay that. Then you pay another $60 after 6 months. That's it. Then you're guided. Remember I mentioned a VP. VP is Vice President Education. Now, when I am the Vice President membership, now once I have convinced you, Kevin, to become a member, as I am planning on, now after that, after you pay for your membership, now I hand you over to the Vice President Education, who's going to guide you through the education curriculum, guide you through making speeches, and help you maybe pick a mentor in the club, somebody who's been in the club for a while, who's been a Toastmaster for a while, who knows the ropes, somebody who's going to help you. And as you give your speeches, there will be evaluators to help you along. That's how you learn, that's how you grow, because that's why we are there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's enough of Toastmasters.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for any other questions, you can look up Toastmasters online, but specifically for our club, you can look up Kilele Toastmasters Club, Nyeri, that is on Facebook and on Instagram. You can just browse through and see how fun our meetings are. You will find a billion shots of us laughing and enjoying the meeting. It's never shots of us being stiff and being scared, like, in a classroom with a strict teacher. No, it's always fun. go look at our socials, follow us, and join us for a meeting whenever you're ready to. Second and fourth Thursdays of the month.
Second and fourth Thursdays. You can drop in as a guest where? Location?
At the White Rhino, at the Alexandria Hall at the White Rhino at 6 p.m., 6 to 8, those 2 Thursdays in a month.
Okay. Alexandria Hall at White Rhino, 6 to 8 p.m. Thursdays. Every 2 Thursdays. Second last Thursday.
It's the second and the fourth.
The second and the fourth Thursday.
You know, when you say second and last, some weeks have 5 Thursdays. So yeah, that can be a bit confusing. Always the second and fourth Thursday. We don't want you to show up at the White Rhino and there's nobody there. There's no meeting.
Great.
Yes.
So White Rhino, Alexandria Hall, second and fourth Thursdays of the month. You can show up as a guest. You don't need to bring anything, maybe a notebook.
Yes. And Biro, if you want to note down something, you can also note it in your phone or in your head if you want to. We pay 300 shillings for the meeting room and the snacks. I told you about the tea and snacks. We pay for that. So bring 300 shillings, your Biro and your notebook, and enjoy.
Thank you. So I think what I'm picking up so far is that communication is a skill that one needs to work on continuously. And as you can see from Nimo's experience, she's been doing this for over 3 years, and you can hear how articulate and how... What's the other word, Nimo?
Articulate will suffice.
Articulate will suffice, right? But there's a different word that I'm looking for that I can't find at the moment. And when I do find, I'm going to feel I should have joined Toastmasters Kitambo. I wouldn't be struggling with that word right now. But fluent, that's the one.
Oh.
See, I told you, if I joined Toastmasters, I would not be struggling trying to remember the word fluent. But yeah, she's articulate and she's fluent. And she still shows up every other Thursday, because this is a skill that one can work on, get better over time. And now we want to shift from Toastmasters. I think you have all the information you need. If you have other questions, you've been told where to find them on socials, please do.